You know, you guys are the best. I threw out a video on the V13 saying some of the things that nobody was talking about, and the comments that came in were fantastic. And I decided, you know what? I think we should really talk about some of these comments that you all had put on the video right here on air. So let's do that. I'm gonna respond right here to your comments while we have some clips of me riding one of my favorite trails right here in the Northern Virginia area. It's the WO&D trail. I'm gonna rip it. Have some fun learning the Insta360 X3 camera, like all at once. Let's do this. Let's get out. Let's answer some of your questions. Let's get riding, and let's get to the comments. You're driving the train of this video. This is gonna be fun. Let's go. This person writes, I've never had an EUC before, and I started with a V13. It took me 3 days to learn. Now I'm riding it like a bull, and I absolutely love the big, massive weight that it brings. Sir or ma'am, this is what I call false confidence. Now, I'm not saying you're not great, and I'm excited for you. Dude, I am. I really am. I'm so glad that you're out there riding and loving the 120 pounds that comes along with the V13. But there is no way that you learned something like this in 3 days. I know you're riding around and you're doing great, but everybody, no. Otherwise, you're going to end up looking like this guy, who, of course, is having a blast, but riding around at 50 miles an hour with no helmet on. And, you know, I'm not trying to hate on this dude who's not the commenter. It's just another person that I saw with false confidence, and I'm sure he's an amazing rider. He seems like a cool-ass dude, too. I'm not trying to hate on him, but all it takes is one spill. I lived it. Look at that. I lived it. It takes one spill where something happens that you weren't expecting, and then you're not riding for another 2 years. It took me 2 years to get the confidence just to get back on the board. So while I'm saying I'm happy for you that it took you 3 days to learn a brand new wheel, I just got in a situation the other day where if I didn't take it slowly and start learning how to maneuver in slow speeds, I would have really eaten some shit. I had two already where it was like, oh, I almost ate some shit. And I'm so glad that I'm going at this with like a really humbled, zero ego and you know, like mindset, and it's really helping. So I'm glad that this person hit it in 3 days and feels like they can just rip it. But I'm begging you, DJ Emetri Phoebe 4303, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Have fun out there. Next one up, Trung. He says, hey, I'm a 40-year-old too. I'm a V13 rider here with thousands of miles ridden. Okay. Hearing that you came from the wheels that you did, which is a Gotway Tesla 16-inch and then a V11, it does make a little bit more sense that you're not used to such a larger wheel and you're struggling a little bit at the beginning. I wouldn't say I'm struggling. I'm just saying I'm taking it slow. He said, it takes a little bit to get used to, but if you're on social media, there's a lot smaller and lighter riders that are handling this V13 easily. Have you seen this chick? She's like 110 pounds just throwing around bagodes, by the way. Let's just throw her name in here. If you want to check her channel out, it's You're Awesome. I'm guessing her name's Aubrey, but it's basically a really small woman riding around on an EUC. This guy here, Trung, is right. He's saying, you know, if you're looking around on social media, there's way smaller and lighter riders. So there is hope. You can do it. I'm at 150 pounds. He said for the pads, I'm not really sure what all the way to the front meant. What I meant by that, if this is your EUC, and this is the front of it, and this is the back of it, and we're going this way, your pads should be as far to the front, I think, as possible. The stock pads. I'm only talking about the stock pads. But if this is the front, this is the seat, this is the wheel, this is the back, the pads need to be all the way to the front as possible. That's all I'm saying. Because it allows you to really lean forward, and then the brakes are right there when you need them. And it also allows you to bend your knees. That's what I meant by saying that your power pad should be all the way to the front. He also says that he rides with 2 degrees forward on the foot pads. A lot of people like that tip. I'm glad you guys were. And he ends with taming the V13 and getting used to it is very satisfying, and I describe it sometimes as weight training. This is something that I wanted to comment on. So I went to the knee doctor as the V13 was on the way because I was like, you know, I want to make sure I'm structurally sound because I'm feeling a lot of pain and just my everyday life, and I don't understand what it is. I want to make sure I'm not going to just like go down randomly. And they're like, no, you just need to strengthen the muscles around your knee, and they prescribed me with physical therapy. I was like, awesome. So you're saying I need to ride more? That's all I heard. Just ride more. So I was like, all right, sweet. So as I got into it, like it kind of hurt my knees at first. And as I'm trying to ride a little bit every day, and it is getting better. Absolutely. Like the pain in my knee is going away because the muscles around it are getting stronger. This guy is so absolutely correct when he says it's like weight training because it sucks at first. But then you see like quick, immediate gains and you're like, oh, wow, I'm like stronger now. Even my hand is getting stronger walking that stupid trolley handle around, which still sucks balls. Moving on to EUC family, this dude says, haha, you ride so differently than I do on my V13. I have pedal tilt set to +6 forward and absolutely love this wheel. Wait a minute. Because +6 means that you're riding like this with your toes above your heels. There's no way. There's no way, bro. But you know what? Everybody rides differently. So that just shows that it's up to you to go around and fiddle around with the settings, figure out what's best for you. Markyfi writes, I wonder whether there's a wrist guard which was designed with no concern giving to dexterity. This is interesting. If there isn't one, there should be. I'm sure a lot of people will be turned off because they would want to use their smartphone or their camera or their selfie stick while riding. But maybe a couple people are like me and don't want to hold anything other than an occasional bar of chocolate. Could be very rigid and even combine like 4 fingers like a winter glove, almost like a casting, but from some sort of composite material that's very strong. You know, I actually thought about this. Like, what if there was like actually a cast, but then like your bone would break right where the cast ends? Like if the force has to go somewhere, right? And this person's saying like, what if we didn't worry about how it feels here in the palm or really how it feels comfortably? It's just going to keep you straight. No matter what you do, you're going to smash. And you know, that actually takes me to my next comment. Mr. Bork over here writes, did you break your wrist with wrist guards on? I'm just wondering if they'll keep me from breaking mine. I was wearing wrist guards. You know what? These were the ones I was wearing. Okay, just very basic. I think they're 888. Yep. And you just do the 3 straps. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it was one of these guys. And this is what that guy was saying with the dexterity, like not having one of these so that it would be comfortable. Or actually, he wants more of this. He wants more slide plates. He doesn't want to worry about comfort with holding stuff. He wanted like make it sturdy as possible because there is still some give on a cheaper one. They're not cheap. 888s are good. But this is what I was wearing. And yeah, I broke my wrist. Smashed all of this. But what ended up happening is I think it would have been way worse if I didn't have this on because it kind of kept everything contained. I broke it on a smash and everything just kind of shattered. I did not do that. So, which probably, I don't know, I could have, but there was no issue with this happening. It was all because of the impact when I went back. I went down and I just basically went wham on the ground. And as I hit, everything just kind of smashed. So I think it actually helped me out because even like riding to the emergency room, I was just like, oh my God, as soon as I took this off, I was like, ah! So yeah, having this on definitely helps. Wrist guards, wrist guard, wrist guard. I think it's one of the most important things you can do other than the helmet and the shin guards. Why shin guards? You ever gotten whacked with a golf club in the shin? Because that's what it feels like when you screw up and the pedal whips around. Do not go out without shin guards on. Just saying. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying. Maybe you're this guy riding around 55 miles an hour without a helmet on. I'm not out here to hate on him. If he's having a great time, dude, go ahead. I don't want you to get hurt. I care about you. You know what I mean? And I also care about the community. Because if you go out and get hurt, then we get stupid restrictions like you can't go faster than 18 miles an hour. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that. So good luck out there. I got one more for you, and this guy's really going to make us think. He says, thank you, by the way, Richard D. Bird, for this comment. I am surprised they don't put gyro stabilization on these things. I did a search just now, and apparently there was an outfit called Uno Bolt that had a gyro stabilized unicycle about 9 years ago, but they seem to be gone. Seems like it'd be a good feature to have, though it would certainly make the thing more expensive. And then he goes on in a further comment to say, and then if they were gyro stabilized, what he's trying to say is, yeah, they stabilize going forward and backwards, but what if they were stabilized going left and right? And like side to side, because then in his next comment, which I don't have here, but he was saying like, then they could literally like, you could rent one and it could drive itself home. It's like, dude, no, you wouldn't want that because you need the ability to be free side to side so that you can turn. I feel like if it was just trying to stabilize itself the whole time, it would be fighting you and that just would be completely a mess. What do you think? Comment below on if it would be beneficial to have a gyro stabilizing side to side unicycle. I don't think that's possible, but hey, I don't know everything. Maybe we could learn something. Hit me up in the comments. You might be featured on one of the next shows that I do like this. I like to just kind of get into the community and build more community around people who like to ride and connect other riders. So anytime I see good comments on here, I just kind of like to put them out into the universe, talk about them. Hopefully you learned something from them. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. You know you want to, you know you need to, you know you love it, you need it. You're gonna subscribe, you're gonna hit the like button, you know you're gonna. And I'm so thankful that you did. I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Get out there and ride, be safe, have some fun.